I'd really like it. Hello, everybody. I would really like it if we lived more than 1 minute away from the school, so that we could have longer lives with the boys, with Eddie Munster there, and Angus, the legend. Nothing. Hey guys, what's your word of the day? We're just about to pull up, so you've got a word of the day that's going to be your mantra, your motivator for the day. What have you got? One, Callum? I think you have, because you were telling me before you were going to have something on today. So what's your word of the day? Creative. I like it. Do that in your writing, but you've got art on. That's what made you think of that one, didn't you? Yeah. What's yours, champion? Kind. Oh, well, that's nice. Kind to your teachers? Yeah. Yeah, nice. I would also like kind. Oh, hello. There's Monica somewhere around the school. We might be able to see her. So, word of the day. Word will get you going throughout the day. Mine is productive. I've got lots of work to do. So productive in all I do. Callum the creative in his words and actions, and Angus the kind to his teachers.
See you, boys.
See you, lads. Have a good day. Just going to say goodbye. See you, matey. Yeah. There you go. Just said good morning. Yes, word of the day. It's really good. It's been working well. And what it does is kind of sets a goal for the day and has a focus. And we know what we focus on is what we get, right? So if we can focus on being brave or kind or creative, that will put up some images in your head and more likely to play out that way when we're at school. So I thought it's been working well the last 3 days. So yes, we like it. Doesn't mean we can't do it as adults either, and have that expectation of things that are going to happen, good things, and focused on things. So I like it. It's good. We have in just about 2 hours time my dulcet tones on a training for reading, learning and confidence. I would love to have you on. If you haven't been on a training, please come. It is a different take on things, okay? What we do is not tutoring. It's not teaching necessarily. We are quite alternate, and we'll look into anything woo and wonderful. But about 10 years ago, I discovered processes that helped Angus, the kind one in the back, helped him with his schooling, because he was quite behind. He was getting bullied. He was, his what they called words on rings back then. He just didn't seem to get things, spelling, writing, maths. And this was the first 2 years of school, and I'm thinking, oh golly, what's going on? And so myself and another guy, Bill, who was a principal at the time in the school I was working at, we would chat daily. Very boring conversation for a lot of people, but we'd talk daily about why isn't the education system doing this? Why don't we do this? How come we're not doing this? And so we decided we'd change the world and start a tutoring business. Now, what we realised is that we were taught, and the system is taught, to pump content. Okay? So content. Unfortunately, a lot of the brains, I'm going to call kids brains, a lot of the brains in the classroom don't take that content on. So they're not processing it, they're not organising it, they're not recalling it. And during our tutoring business, we realised this was the same thing. We were teaching to the learning styles, and auditory learner, so we've got to do this, which is great. But if a brain is not ready to take on, organise, process the information, then it's a big ask to have that student recalling that information. And so that's what we did. We started to look into different ways of doing things, not what's used in schools. And we found processes, activities, strategies that help rewire those key learning areas of the brain. And then it's not hard for kids to recall, remember, process, organise, transfer information, and there's other things, but I won't go into it. So by changing these key areas of the brain, that's where we see big jumps, massive positive change. You also have to be working on the mindset side and the confidence side. And I didn't realise how important this was, but what we're about at the Mind Master is raise ability and also raise confidence at the same time. And in doing that, kids aren't living off that past expectation where they've, not been in the top reading groups and they haven't, done well in spelling tests and all of that stuff. So they're not living in that past, on that past experience, and they're able to break through with confidence and with ability. Okay? And kids need to feel successful. They need to know that what they are doing is going to make a difference. And that's why we have groups. We have big 460 odd families in a group where we support each other, where we celebrate the wins, where we celebrate the effort and the mistakes, which is really important, celebrating the effort and the mistakes. So we do that so that kids can build that belief. They need that belief that what they are doing is going to make a difference. Some of you have been to tutors and speechies and whatnots and that's for years, right? And your child may not be feeling very successful having done that for so long and not seen results in their eyes. And they may have got results, but perhaps they aren't seeing it in their mind or feeling it even more. So that was, that was a big one for us. So look, it's alternative, but quite amazing what we do, if I do say so myself, right? I'll go and get the coffees, my darling. Because my word for the day is romantic. All right. Okay, see ya. All right, everybody, thanks for that. I'll go now because it looks like I'm talking to myself. Cheers.